it's Carrie here. So I was having a conversation with someone earlier and it prompted me to make this video. So we were talking about having disaster days, and she was saying that she felt like she'd been having some disaster days and felt like she was on a roller coaster most of the time. And I said, oh, don't worry about it. I have disaster days too, and I feel like I'm on a permanent roller coaster. And when I said that, she felt relieved because all of a sudden she realised that she wasn't alone. And I think that so often we are alone running our businesses. We're running them by ourselves. We're trying to turn our great big ideas into a reality, and sometimes you end up in these phases where you're second guessing everything, you're questioning yourself, you have doubts, you have worries, and sometimes it all culminates in these disaster days and you feel like you've taken a big dip down this roller coaster all of a sudden and everything seems a bit rubbish and hopeless. But the truth is, this happens to all of us. I think this happens to every single one of us in business, because I know for sure that I go through these phases. I have these days where I just think, what's going on? And I second guess everything and I question everything. We all do it. Business is like being on a roller coaster. And there's something that Tony Robbins says which I think is really interesting. He identifies the 6 human needs, and he says that we all try and do things to live and to have these needs met in our lives. And the thing that's right at the top is certainty. We all want certainty, and as entrepreneurs that is the one thing that we don't have. We don't have certainty because we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know whether our ideas are going to work out. We don't know really what's around the corner for our business, and that is scary as hell. And so sometimes we get into these phases where we don't have the certainty and we crave the certainty. So it's like we resist uncertainty and then we start questioning everything. We start second guessing things. We have doubts. Will this work out? I'm not sure. I don't know. Can I do it? I shouldn't do it. I'm going to put the brakes on. I'm going to put the brakes on. I'm not going to do it. And then you have these disaster days and days where you just feel like you can't do it anymore. It's just too much. I'm not making progress. I don't know why this is going anymore. And so you feel like you want to cave. You feel like you want to give up. But the main message that I really want to get over is that yes, we all have these days and we all have times where we feel like things are hopeless, but the most important thing is to not give up, to not quit on yourself. You've just got to keep going. You've got to keep pushing through, and if you can do that, you will achieve amazing things. Because over the past few years, I can't tell you how many people I've met that have the most wonderful ideas, the most amazing ideas, and then they get started and then within a month or two they basically start to fade out. They can't keep going anymore because they've hit uncertainty and they don't like it, and so they second guess everything, they question everything, they doubt themselves, they worry, and all of a sudden this amazing idea is torn to absolute shreds. And I think, what's the point? What's the point in continuing with this? And I think that maybe for some of them giving up was the right thing to do, and maybe they've gone on to do more amazing things, who knows, but maybe, just maybe for a few of them, it wasn't the right decision. And I can't help but think, where would those people be today if they'd have kept going, if they'd have just hung in there and kept the faith and just kept moving forward and just shoved uncertainty to one side? Where would they be today? And I just think that that's a really powerful lesson to kind of bear in mind, and something that I bear in mind all the time, because I can't tell you how many times over the past few years where I've thought to myself, what the hell am I doing? Or thought to myself, maybe I should just give up and get a job. Maybe I should just go and get a job where I don't have to think about anything, where I can turn up in the morning and I can leave at night time and then I can switch off and I don't have to think about anything and I don't have to put myself through this business journey. And sometimes I think that. Sometimes I've thought it in the past a number of times. And you know, I have days where I think I'm absolutely crazy. I think I must be off my rocker, because who would do such a thing? Who would put themselves through such a roller coaster ride? And I think we all think this in business because it is a roller coaster ride. But the one thing that really helps me is knowing that, yeah, there's lots of uncertainty, but you know what? It's an adventure, and it's my adventure, and you've got one life to achieve the things you want to achieve. And for me, that's a really significant thing, and I just think I want to make it happen. So if I want to make it happen, I have to ignore the uncertainty. I have to stop resisting uncertainty and just lean into it and just accept it and go with the flow and just let go of all those questions and doubts and worries and just keep going, just keep going, just keep going. And that's the thing, next time you have a disaster day or you feel like you're questioning everything and guessing everything, like second guessing everything, just relax, take a step back and just firstly realise that it's okay. It's completely normal in business to have these times and to go through these things. It's normal. And then secondly, just let them go. Let those worries and those doubts go. Let it go. Stop clinging on so tightly to wanting certainty and just let it go. And then just do whatever you can do to start feeling good and to switch your perspective so you can start focusing again on just moving forward and keeping going and keeping going and keeping going. And if you do that, you will achieve amazing things, because to be honest, that is exactly how I've got to where I am now, is by doing that, by just keeping going, just taking the next step that's right in front of me and just stopping second guessing myself and where things are going to be and where it's all going and will it work out, won't it work, won't it work out, and just keep going. And I think that is really the key. And I just wanted to make this video because I know that so many of us feel like that and have those days, and it is kind of reassuring and quite comforting to know that other people do too. So know that I have those days and I think it's completely normal, and you just have to accept them and just move forward and keep going and keep achieving amazing things, and you will get there. So I hope this has helped you. I would love it if you could leave a comment on the blog FemaleEntrepreneurAssociation.com and share your thoughts on this. Have there been times where you've had a complete disaster day, and if so, what has helped you to get out the other side and to pull yourself up and to keep going? Share a comment on the blog, and I will see you next time.